Slow down. You're talking to me.
Hi. Welcome to Social Netwarring, the show where I try to prove to you that debating on the internet can be productive sometimes. Today we're talking about sex, gender, and representation in Hollywood. This is Coleman. You can follow her on Instagram.
On Instagram?
At Coleman.Fitzgerald.
This is the most you've ever touched me in my entire life. Well, just disclaimer, I don't know what I'm talking about.
No one's debating on social media, for the most part, is an expert.
Yeah.
But we all have the internet, and we live in the age of information.
Yeah.
So all of us, when you're tweeting at someone, or I sound like an old lady, but you have the opportunity to look up everything that you're talking about.
Yeah.
This is a real debate that I've had online, and this is actually a fun one. You're playing Ike. I changed his name from his Instagram handle because he used his real name. Let me tell you how this debate started. This debate happened shortly before the midterms. This picture was posted on the Republican outlet. None of the conversation is about to be about this picture. First, I'm going to let you know how we got into this conversation in the first place.
So free_inhabitant wrote, "Can you take this post down? It's time to grow up." Johneve18 wrote, "At free inhabitant, why would you like it if you take him down? Is that so true? It hurts butt hurt liberals." Gerg said, "At Johneve, just look at her profile picture. Can't you tell she's a snowflake? That's why she wants it down. This offends her in some way." Johneve said, "At Gerg, I know why she would like it to be taken down." At free inhabitant says, "Why did you assume my gender?" Ike says, "Free inhabitant, how about when you accept the gender truth of your DNA and the fact our president is named Trump?"
So that's where I came in. At Ike. Well, I think you may be referring to sex. Sex is actually not determined by DNA, but by chromosomes and hormones. Interestingly, those chromosomes and hormones are on a spectrum, so about 2% of the population is born neither male nor female, intersex, and the rest of the population is on a spectrum. Gender, on the other hand, technically refers to how you express yourself. So this can include what pronouns you use, your name, the way you dress, etc. These factors have nothing to do with a person's sex.
Ike, at Mimi Wiggers. So when we have the power to correct genetic defects, will that make the LGBTQ community extinct? What will be the normal?
Even if we could change our chromosomes, gender has nothing to do with our physical bodies. Also, our sexual orientation has nothing to do with chromosomes or genetics.
It's either a genetic or mental condition that one day may be corrected. The LGBTQ community can't argue, "I was born this way," when they say we can't cure future persons with Down syndrome. Where's the line? Wait,
You're very controversial, Ike. That's a whole other debate about whether or not Down syndrome needs to be cured. That being said, I think what he was trying to say, if we are doing research to cure other biologically determined, born this way things, that maybe in the future we'll be able to cure being LGBTQ. To which I responded, well, a lot of people in the LGBTQ community don't want to be cured, so that's where the line is. But if there was some kind of way to alter our sexual orientation, it would be interesting to see who would be interested in using it. I'm bi, and I feel like it would be pretty hard to convince me that being straight is better, but you can try. I'd be genuinely curious to know what pros to being straight would change my mind. Would you want to not be straight?
I mean, no.
I feel like everyone would want to be bisexual, but maybe I'm just full of myself.
No, but I think what it is, it's like, it's all I've ever known being straight. I mean, like, I've definitely tried to dabble. I've kissed a girl.
Did you like it?
I kissed a girl and I did not like it. But also, like, I could ask my sister, who is a lesbian, and we've talked about this before, we'll just be like, "Wow, I am so straight." And she'll be like, "Yes, I am so gay." And, like, so I think because it's all we've kind of ever known, you're gonna want to stick with what you know and what it makes you feel.
I feel like there were times when I was very uncomfortable being bisexual, and I really wished that I was either, like, that I could pick one side or the other, but I think that's because society was telling me that I needed to pick one side or the other.
What's sad is society, I think, is what makes people want to choose one way or the other, and in terms of it's just like not accepting, and people in like a smaller town or like a more ignorant area of the world, or
less accepting,
a less accepting, area would although they may be gay, but aren't feeling accepted. So for them, they probably want a cure, but really it's the society that needs to like have the brain surgery. And same with Down syndrome.
It's society that everyone else in society needs to have the brain surgery.
Yeah, everyone else except for that one person. I responded, personally, I don't care what multiple consenting adults do with each other. I'll fight for equal rights on that front. What I don't agree with is militant alt-left party of acceptance members telling everyone else what they should believe and do, especially when the LGBTQ community only represents 2% of the US population. It's hilarious they feel like half of TV and movie roles should display their lifestyle.
At Ike, you may want to check your Google search. 6.8% of the population is LGBTQ, and in 2017, 6.4% of TV characters were LGBTQ. So, at Ike,
yes.
The only show that I can think of that is half gay is Orange is the New Black. And if you're not down with watching gay characters in TV, although he did say movies, that is probably not the show for you. I can message you of a list of shows with little to no LGBTQ plus representation if that would be helpful. So I didn't respond to that last one, but the next day I followed up with him. At Ike, hi, I was wondering if I could follow up on our conversation. I would just like to know if you have any final thoughts on the topic.
Personally, I think Hollywood should allocate roles by whatever the latest US Census shows. However, that would cause currently overrepresented groups to complain when confronted with the reduced reality of their actual population.
That's a really interesting perspective, and I kind of agree. I mean, Black, Latinx, and Asian actors are woefully underrepresented in Hollywood, but Hollywood isn't a corporation. It's like not one entity. Do you think this regulation should be government mandated?
I think if a studio wants tax credits, they should be required to adhere to accurately represented groups.
So basically what he's saying is that the film industry should make more of an effort to accurately represent the demographics of the United States. That being said, when Ike was saying that the overrepresented groups would get angry about having roles taken away from them, I don't think he realized that the overrepresented groups were like cis, white, straight people, particularly males. This is from the Hollywood Diversity Report. Whites were overrepresented among all top film roles in 2016, claiming 78.1% of the roles, but constituting of just 61.3% of the US population.
And these aren't leading roles, are they? That's
No.
just any role in general.
These are just
so it could
any
just
roles
be
in general.
The best friend.
So women made up 31.2% of leads in 2016. POC accounted for 13.6% of film leads. Let's go to the GLAAD annual report. This is about LGBTQ people and media specifically. Of 109 releases by the 7 largest movie studios in 2017, just 14, or 12.8%, included LGBTQ characters. Within that 12.8% of LGBTQ characters who are included, the majority of those were white males. I was about to say white straight males, but they're not straight, they're gay, but they're white cis males. GLAAD tallied 70 LGBTQ characters among all mainstream releases in 2016. It is important to note that 14 of these characters were part of a single musical number in the Universal Pictures pop star Never Stop Stopping. Never stop, never stopping.
I was born this way. I'm straight. You were born your way. You gay.
Even the stories that are being told within the LGBTQ community are still being directed by overly represented humans.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about directors or writers. So basically, the moral of the story is Ike's proposal is great.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, I voted Stacey Abrams, or like Stacey. You would have been really great.
I do agree with Ike that minority, that other than white, that I'm not a morning person. I said so many things in high school that I regret so much.
I said so many things yesterday that I regret so much, and I'm scared.